The Lux Radio Theater presents Olivia de Havilland and Errol Flynn in Green Light with C. Aubrey Smith. Bay Park Hospital, on the outskirts of Boston. In his private office, Newell Page, a rising young surgeon, stands near the window examining an X-ray plate. By his side is Nurse Frances Ogilvy. She leans close to the surgeon, pretending a great interest in the photograph, while he pretends to be unaware of her nearness.
See that spot?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's it. I don't like the way it... Ogilvy, I wish you wouldn't do that.
What?
Lean so close to me.
Why not?
Because it prevents me from concentrating. You're very beautiful, you know.
Yes?
And in addition, you're intelligent and probably the best chief surgical nurse the Bay Park has ever had.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Miss Ogilvy.
I hate Ogilvy. Why don't you call me Frances?
Frances, eh? That's a nice name. Now, about this X-ray.
Do you ever think of anything but your work, Dr. Page?
Oh, yes, occasionally. Have you met Sylvia, my cocker spaniel? She's the cutest little
Do you ever
trick
think of anything but your dog and work, Dr. Page?
Never, Miss Ogilvy.
Yes, that's what I thought. You know, there was only one time I ever heard you say anything that I felt you really meant.
Something unpleasant, probably.
It was the day we did the little Morton boy's operation. It was a tough job. You were worried. You seemed to think I kept up with you pretty well, and when it was over, you said... Ogilvy, you're a good egg.
Egg, eh?
I know it sounds awfully silly, but it meant a great deal to me.
Well, I'm glad. You have a great talent for surgery, you know. And by the way, how's Mrs. Dexter this morning?
She's as sunshiny as ever. She's been listening to that minister on the radio again. What's his name?
Oh, yes, Harcourt, isn't it?
That's it, Dean Harcourt.
Say, she goes into surgery in less than an hour. Have you got...
Oh.
What?
I'm awfully sorry, but I forgot to tell you. Mrs. Dexter's operation has been put off.
Why?
Dr. Endicott's been delayed. He just telephoned.
From where?
Milwaukee. He can't get here until tomorrow.
But that's dangerous. I'm not certain she can wait until... Has she been told?
Not yet.
Oh, well, I suppose that's up to me. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Dr. Booth. Calling Dr. Booth.
Hey, Newell, wait up.
Hello, John.
Oh, what's the big rush?
Oh, Endicott's delayed that Dexter operation until tomorrow.
Why?
He can't make it. He's delayed or something in Milwaukee.
By what? A lecture to some club or his stockbroker?
You stick to your bugs, John. That's your business, and Endicott's his.
Thanks for telling me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's have dinner tonight.
I can't. I've a date with some little bugs from Montana. Real old-fashioned killers from way back.
That's interesting. What's the name?
Dermacenter Andersoni. Wood ticks to you.
Are you messing around with spotted fever again?
Not again. Still, I may go out to Montana one of these days. Hope you enjoy my funeral.
Thanks, I will.
And striving constantly for the higher and the better life.
Morning, Mrs. Dexter.
But man's progress in life is not steadily onward.
Dean Harcourt again?
Not steadily
Yes,
forward.
again.
Sometimes man's progress is stopped by something that is bigger and stronger than he. Something over which he has no control. And that's something I like to think of as a red light, flashing a halt to the forward surge of his life. And I like to believe there is a power which controls that light, which knows in its infinite wisdom that sometimes man must stop to learn through suffering before going on. For it is as inevitable as time that man progresses to a better future. If not for himself, then through his suffering for his fellow men. When he has learned this, the signal changes, and the green light frees him to resume his inexorable march into eternity.
You have been listening to Dean Harcourt talking to you from...
What would religion be without music?
There was religion long before there was music, Dr. Page.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Dexter. Well, I'd say your pulse shows marvelous repose for a patient facing surgery.
You can thank Dean Harcourt for that.
I'm thankful for anything that gives a patient courage and confidence.
A shorter word for courage and confidence is faith.
Well, whatever it is, you'll need every bit of it now.
More bad news?
Well, you see,
You're trying to tell me my operation has been postponed again.
Yes. Dr. Endicott's been unavoidably detained in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. A beautiful city. Full of music. Years ago, we used to go there to hear the community singing.
You make it work, don't you?
No. I simply let it work.
Well, you're an amazing patient, Mrs. Dexter. Things would be pretty simple if we all had your faith.
Evening, Dr. Page.
Oh, hello, officer.
Out for a walk, sir? Nice evening for it. Fog coming across the bay, though. Oh, hello there, Sylvia. Hello. Evening, sir.
Good evening. Oh, dear. What's it all about, Sylvia? What are we all doing here? Where are we going? Oh, no. Not home. I'm talking about life. If you could only talk, Sylvia. But I'm glad you can't. There's altogether too much talk anyway. Yeah. Oh, good evening. I didn't see you sitting there.
I hope you don't think I was eavesdropping.
Rather silly business talking to a dog.
You haven't anyone else to talk to, have you? Sit down over here. I imagine we came to this spot for the same purpose. To look off across the water. Into eternity.
Well, I don't think I'm much concerned with eternity. My job's with the present. After all, the patient will feel just as much pain today, even though he thinks that tomorrow he may be sitting on the edge of a cloud strumming a harp.
And you're concerned with curing today's pain so the patient won't join the heavenly host.
Right.
Naturally. As a physician, you believe that.
How do you know I'm a physician?
You just told me. As a matter of fact, we're almost in the same business. If I'm more concerned with eternity, it's because my job is with the soul rather than the body.
Oh, I see. Preacher?
I much prefer to be known as a teacher. There's so much we can do to help people.
It's 7 o'clock, Dean Harcourt.
Oh, thank you, Alan. You can take me to the car, please.
Yes, sir.
Harcourt, then you're...
Yes?
Well, you do help people, sir. I happen to know that.
Thank you.
Shall I help you up, sir?
No, I can manage by myself. You didn't know I was a cripple.
I had no idea.
I try not to let it interfere. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Baypark Hospital. One moment, please. Baypark Hospital. Baypark Hospital. Hold the wire a moment, please.
Hello? Hello, switchboard. This is Dr. Booth speaking. Is there any word from Dr. Endicott this morning? I see. Well, keep trying, please. I'm in Dr. Page's office. Nothing yet, Page?
Well, I guess that means we'll have to postpone the operation again.
We can't. Take a look at that X-ray.
Looks bad.
Miss Ogilvy, get Mrs. Dexter ready. We'll operate immediately.
Yes, sir.
Are you crazy?
Not unless these X-rays are. Hello? Hello, surgery, please.
I grant you that the infection has spread alarmingly since yesterday. Nevertheless...
Surgery, this is Dr. Page.
Oh, you can't do that, Page. She's Endicott's patient.
We'll operate on Mrs. Dexter immediately.
Now listen, Page, if anything happens...
Nothing's going to happen. Scrub up, Dr. Lane. You're handling it.
Your gown, Dr. Page.
Gloves, please. Everything set?
Set.
Ready, Mrs. Dexter?
Yes.
You're a most unusual patient. Ether, doctor. Scalpel.
Scalpel.
Sponge ready.
Sponge ready.
Faster, Ogilvy, faster. Keep them coming. Clamp.
Clamp.
Sponge.
Sponge.
Respiration normal.
Out steady. Still normal. A little more ether.
Much longer, Doctor?
10 minutes, maybe less. Clamp, please.
Clamp.
Who opened that door?
It's Dr. Endicott.
Excuse me, Page. Step aside, please.
We're almost finished, Endicott.
I said step aside, Page.
I was just about to remove the...
Thank you. I know this case.
Very well, Doctor.
Forceps?
Forceps.
Stand by to assist.
Pulse very unsteady now.
More ether?
I don't think so. Endicott?
Through in 20 minutes.
20.
Scalpel, please.
Scalpel, but...
Quickly.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Endicott, it's not time now.
I know what I'm doing. Stand by to tie the artery.
Pulse slowing. 42. You'll have to work fast.
Tie the artery, Doctor. Well, tie it. Tie it.
I can't.
What?
You've cut it too short. I can't make the tie. It's a hemorrhage. Quick.